Hey everyone! In today's practice, we're focusing on opening and mobilizing through the hips. Whenever we're talking about mobility, we're also talking about control. So as we move in today's practice, you're also going to notice me talk about controlling through the spine and the shoulders. And when these parts of the body are still, it means that we can isolate more through the femur bone, which is the thigh bone within the hip socket. If you really enjoyed this class, we do have a longer 70-minute version on our Patreon account where we go into the sequence in even more depth. It is such a beautiful class. I'll leave the link for that down below. We're going to get started in a seated position, and feel free to grab a block and pop that underneath your hips. You might even take the feet a little wider, which is going to encourage a slight internal rotation through the hips. Close down the eyes. And we're not going to be here for too long. Just taking about 5 really slow breaths in and out through our nose. Drawing our focus towards our breath, towards the body, feeling length through the spine, feeling the shoulders slide down the back, creating space around the front of the chest. Helping us to breathe a little deeper into the diaphragm, as well as the lower ribs. So as you inhale, you should feel the belly inflate a little. You should feel the ribs expand kind of to the sides as well as the front and back. And then as you exhale, feeling the ribs close, feel the belly lift up slightly. Let's try one more breath like that. Okay, let's open up our eyes. If you've got a block underneath you, just remove it to the side. Come into tabletop position, where the hands are underneath the shoulders, the knees are underneath the hips. We want to find a neutral spine. So there's a slight curve through the lower back, but we also have our lower ribs tucked towards the hips. Lift the right toes up towards the sky. Squeeze the right glute. You're making a 90-degree angle with your knee. And then circle the right knee wide and then down. And just take these circles in your own time. You're bracing the core, keeping the spine nice and still, trying to keep the shoulders really still as well. And then swap directions of the circles. So again, trying to isolate the femur bone within the hip socket rather than using momentum and movement through the spine to get the leg moving. Use your next breath in, kick your right heel away from you, lengthen the leg, toes hover. As you exhale, take the toes towards the left. Drive your heel away and look towards your foot with the head. So you're kind of arching through the side body. And then from here, if you felt like a little more, reach your right hand towards the left corner of your mat. So we're also going to open through the side body a little bit in our practice today. Use your next breath and lift yourself up. Turn your left toes to the left side of the mat. Lower your right heel to the ground as you reach the right hand forward. You can kind of imagine a modified wild thing. Squeeze your glutes, roll the right shoulder back. And then let's reverse. Inhale, turn your left toes to the back. Reach your right hand to the corner. As you exhale, drop the chest towards the ground. Okay, let's try that one more time. Inhale, open up. Exhale to hold. Inhale, turn. Exhale, reach and drop. Slide the right hand back. Right knee comes in behind the left. And then lower yourself down. Hips come down to the ground. Your left leg, take it around until you've got two kind of triangles with the knees. Your right knee is going to be forward here. Lift yourself up nice and tall. And you might start with your hands behind you. Hold for your breath in at the bottom. As you exhale, lift the left knee up towards the sky. You might not make it all the way. You want to get as high as you can while maintaining the length of your spine. Inhale, lower the left knee. As you exhale, lift the left knee up. Really push through the outer edge of the foot. Let's go 3 more. Moving from an internally rotated position into an externally rotated position. You can even do this without hands if you're feeling like a bit of a challenge, but just make sure that the spine doesn't move. Next time you're at the top, just hold. Roll the shoulders back and down. One more breath. Nice job. Take that left foot, cross it up and over to the outside of the right thigh. You can stay with the legs like this. If you notice your left hip coming off the ground, extend the right foot forward. We're going to twist. Inhale, lift tall. As you exhale, twist to the left. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fish pose. Inhale, lift a little taller. Exhale, twist the ribs around. Inhale, come back, cross the feet over. As you exhale, place the hands down, tabletop position. And let's try that sequence on the other side. So engage through the core, lift the left toes up to the sky, engage through the left glute and the left hamstring. Circle the left knee out, and then lower the left knee down. Take a couple more circles like this. Really focus on pushing the hands down into the ground. A little puff up through the upper back. Okay, that's going to keep the shoulders nice and engaged, helping to stabilize the upper back. And then swapping directions of the circle. We want to exhale as we lift up and circle. Inhale as we lower down. Let's go one more. Inhale, kick your left foot back, flex the foot. As you exhale, sweep it over to the right, tuck onto the toes, look towards your left foot. Pull your left ribs to the side of the mat, the left side of the mat. And then if you felt like a little more, left hand to the right corner. Drop your chest down. So you're getting a really nice stretch through the lats, through the obliques. I also feel this in my right side glute. Start to rise up. Inhale, turn your right toes to the right. As you exhale, lower the left heel down. Push your hips up. Reach the left hand forward. Let's reverse. Inhale, right toes back. Left hand to the top corner. Exhale, drop the chest down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, start to turn back. Exhale. Slide the left knee behind the right. Inhale. As you exhale, push your hands back. Lower down your hips. And then take the right knee, so it's kind of next to the left foot. Lift up through the chest. You might walk the hands behind you. Inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, your right knee lifts up this time. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Let's go 3 more. Remember, if you can keep the spine pretty long, feel free to do this with no hands. If you're noticing you're struggling to lift the knee up, you could walk the hands behind you a little more. That's going to reduce the flexion of the right hip as you lift the leg. Next time your knee is lifted, hold there. One more breath. Take your right foot, lift it up and over the left thigh. Remember, you can always extend the left foot out here. Inhale, lift up tall. As you exhale, twist to the right. Roll the shoulders down. Let's go one more breath. Come back, cross the feet over, inhale. Place the hands down. Exhale. Okay, let's tuck onto our toes, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can walk out the feet here, dropping one heel down, and then the other heel down. Still connecting with our breath. Breathing into our ribs and into our lower belly. Let's go one more breath. Use your next breath in, walk your feet forward. Uttanasana, forward fold at the top of the mat. Tuck the chin in, relax the neck. Hands come to the shins, lift halfway, inhale. As you exhale, fold forward. Rise up through standing, inhale. Arms overhead, squeeze glutes. Exhale, hands by the sides. Let's just go one round of Surya Namaskar. Just warming up the body a little more. Lift up, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Uttanasana. Halfway lift, inhale. Lengthen the back, squeeze shoulder blades. As you exhale, hands down, step back into your plank. Chaturanga, tuck the elbows in. Inhale to a back bend of choice. Could be cobra or upward facing dog. As you exhale, come up and back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Inhale, walk your feet forward. Let's come straight into halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Lift up, arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, hands by the sides. Tadasana. Take a breath here. Okay, we're heading into a slightly bigger sequence, some more standing postures here. We're also going to include some things that we already have practiced. Bring your hands onto your hips. Shift your weight into your left foot. Lift your right knee up. And then just like we did in our tabletop, circle that right knee wide and then back down. Taking a few of these circles in your own time. And I like to keep my hands on my hips, so I just make sure that I'm not moving it around too much. Swap the directions of the circle. Relax the face. You can always shake out the ankle whenever you need. Lift the right knee back up, breathe in, flex out the ankle. As you exhale, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Sink your hips back, half chair. You might even press the right hand down into the right thigh, getting a really nice stretch through the right glute. Inhale, lift the right knee up. As you exhale, circle it around, heading towards half moon. Try take this transition nice and slow. Engaging through the core, reaching the left hand towards maybe the ground, maybe a block. This is a pretty tricky transition, so if you need to stop and shake it out, go for it. And I'm lifting up through the right foot, and option here for Chapasana, bending the right knee, taking your right hand around the right ankle. It's quite early for this, but it is a short class, so if you did feel open enough to take it,
Go for it. You might kick into your right hand, opening through the chest. One more breath. Come back to half moon. Warrior 3. Keep the arms wide like airplane wings. Inhale. Square the hips to the ground. Exhale to hold. You can always keep the fingertips underneath the body. Right foot, step it to the left. Come to the outer edge of your foot. Use your next breath in. Lift your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, left hand comes around the right wrist. Pull the right hand to the left. You're thinking about taking your right rib off the right hip. Inhale as you circle your hand to the left. As you exhale, bring your fingertips down again. Lift your right toes back up, Warrior 3. One more breath. Take a long step back, Warrior 2. Breathe in, turn to the right side of your mat. Exhale to hold. Little sink into the hips. Relax the shoulders. Lengthen both legs. Inhale. Turn the right toes to the right corner. As you exhale, hands to chest, Skandasana. Bend the right knee over the middle of the foot. Sink your hips towards your right heel. And if it feels good, try lift the left toes towards the sky. Spine is nice and long. Okay, don't freak out. Use your next breath and lift halfway. Keep the right knee bent. As you exhale, lower back down. 3 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Keep the right knee tracking out. 2 more. Trying to keep the hips and the spine nice and still. 1 more. Nice. And then once you get to the bottom again, reach your hands forward. Try to deliver your hips to the ground as slow as you can. If you need to, bring your hands behind you. It's quite a tricky transition. Once you get down to the bottom, bring your hands behind you. Just like we did before, inhale as you lower your right knee towards the ground. As you exhale, lift the right knee back up. Option no hands. Let's go 2 more times. So you're really trying to squeeze through the outer of your hips to roll the right knee up, holding at the top. 1 more breath. And then take your right hand around your right ankle, bring it towards your left inner thigh. Sitting up for Janu Shirshasana, or you can take your right foot, lift it up, little swing around side to side. I know it's quite early for this, but for anyone who wanted to, you can either cross your right ankle over your left thigh, closer towards the knee, or you might even be able to take it up into a half lotus. Okay, please don't feel like you need to head there. It's more of an option if you felt warm enough to do so. You might also find a half bind if you manage to get into half lotus. Lift up, breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Just 2 more breaths. Lift up, breathe in. Right foot around the outside of the left thigh. As you exhale, take the left foot in, twist to the right for 1 breath. Okay, some of you might have done this transition with me before. You're going to keep your legs where they are. Turn to the left. You can bring your hands down onto the ground beside the left hip, or you can try do this no hands. We're going to turn to the back and stand up. So if you're doing this no hands, really press through the feet. Turn around till you're facing the back. Once you get there, bring your feet hip width distance. Tadasana. 1 breath here. Little tuck of the tailbone. Squeeze the glutes. Let's do this sequence 1 more time on the other side. Hands to hips. Lift the left knee. Take some slow circles around.
So just like I said at the beginning, a lot of this is about control, trying to keep the left hip in line with the right. Try not to side bend through the spine here. Swapping directions with the circle. Lift the left knee back up, breathe in, flex out the ankle. As you exhale, cross it over your right thigh, sink your hips back, half chair pose. Maybe that left hand comes onto the left thigh, pressing it down. Lift the left knee back up, breathe in. Slow transition to half moon. Circle that left knee wide, start to turn the hips open to the side. Reaching the right hand towards the ground, maybe to that block, maybe it hovers. Lifting the left hand up to the sky, trying to spin the chest to the side. Option here for Chapasana, bending the left knee, taking the left hand around the left ankle and kicking into it. Creating a bit more of a back bend. Beautiful extension through the left hip. Let's go one more breath. Release the foot, arms wide, warrior three. Breathe in, pivot the hips and shoulders to the ground. Outer edge of the left foot steps to the right. Inhale, lift the arms up. Right hand around the left wrist. As you exhale, pull away. Draw the shoulders down, but really reach through the left arm. Inhale, keep circling your hands down until the fingertips come down. Exhale, warrior three again. Lift up through the back of the chest. Warrior two, breathe in, long step back, open the arms wide, right knee is bent. Exhale to hold. Lengthen the legs, inhale, turn the left toes to the corner. As you exhale, bend the left knee, Skandasana. Try push the left elbow into the left thigh. You might remember what's coming. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale to lower. 3 more times. Really building strength in this very externally rotated position. Because mobility is not just being passive and sinking in, it's also building strength in isolation through those ranges of motion. Once you get back into your Skandasana, try slowly lower the hips to the ground. Use your hands as you need. And then walk the hands behind you, lifting up tall. Inhale, lower the left knee down. Exhale, lift the left knee up. 2 more times. Option no hands. You're thinking about trying to take the left knee as wide as you can without buckling through the lower back. Holding here, 1 more breath. And then left ankle to the right thigh. Face the back of the mat. Option for half lotus or a variation of it. You might have the foot a little further down. I personally find it really uncomfortable for my right thigh when my ankle is further down. I find when I kind of get up and above the muscle fibers, it's a little easier to fold. Inhaling, lifting tall. Exhaling to fold forward. Lifting up. Breathe in, left foot out. As you exhale, tuck the right foot in. Let's twist. Inhale, turn to the left. Exhale, rotate. 1 more breath. Okay, we've done this transition before. Start to turn the chest to the right. Use your hands as you need. Otherwise, try push through the feet. Lean forward. slow and controlled. Land the feet and then walk the feet in. Tadasana. Okay, let's take a sun salutation down into our child's pose. Breathe in, lift up. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hands down, moving through a vinyasa in your own time. Eventually bringing our knees down to the ground again, sinking our hips back. Okay, let's take 2 more really slow breaths. Walk the hands back towards you, come into a kneeling position, taking just an extra couple of breaths here before we finish our practice. Thanking ourselves for spending this time in our body, in our breath, getting to know our body even a little more, learning to find control, to help isolate, to mobilize, to open. And one of the goals for our yoga practice is self-mastery and mastering the body and all of its functions is one aspect to that. Okay, let's finish with a breath, breathing in through the nose, sighing out through the mouth. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. And just remember, if you did feel like a little more, then we do have the full 70-minute version in our Patreon account, as well as a lot of other juicy videos in there. I'll see you soon.